Ready on the set? Let's try this again.
I'm Jenny Gage, and this is Life Take Two. Today I want to give you a little behind the scenes into the life of what the MAGA boys would call a woke feminist. And I literally just woke up, so I feel like this is a really good place to start. One thing you'll notice throughout this video is how many times a day I am reading, increasing my knowledge base, digging into other people's viewpoints. This book about Shoshone spirituality and religious practices has been super inspiring. And then this book about pregnancy, motherhood, and choice in the 20th century in America has been absolutely horrifying. Let me sum this book up for you. A bunch of churchmen have been trying to control women's wombs for as long as we have written history. I also want you to pay attention to the decor around my home, in part because of good old-fashioned poverty, but also because I'm trying to be a more intentional consumer. Sorry, my finger's always in the way of the camera. This piece and a lot of other things in my home are thrifted. All of my bedding and the mattress are organic, made by small companies. It's kind of funny too. I used to have tons of pictures of like the Mormon temple around my house, and now I don't. Again, poverty and intentionality. My clothing is all organic and sustainable. You know how they say you are what you eat? I do not eat like a typical American. I think it's disgusting, our food culture in America. I'm starting my morning with some collagen and vitamin C. And I have a little saying that I tell my teenagers all the time: you're either going to pay for the farm or the pharmacy. So despite a tight food budget, we're really careful about our dietary practices. Next up, I actually care about Mother Earth, and part of that caring about the earth is moving in closer to town so that I have maximum walkability. Of course, I do have a small car, but I walk whenever I can. And I'm always trying to leave the world a little bit better than I found it. So first I stuck my toe in and checked for snakes in this hole. And then I cleaned up a can and a couple of other pieces of garbage that have absolutely nothing to do with me. And by doing this, I got to show a little love not only to our planet, but to one of my neighbors whose garbage cans probably got knocked over by the javelinas last night. Not my trash, not my garbage cans, but I am part of a tribe. This is going to make it look like I live way out in the country, but I don't. We live in the literal middle of town. And in addition to the walkability, one reason we chose this location was that there are some farms nearby, and this keeps me connected to animals, to my farmers, many of whom produce food that I buy, which leads to a lot more appreciation than just grabbing everything we eat off the grocery store shelves. I have a couple friends who I swap different things for eggs, so we always have beautiful farm fresh eggs. And since I don't have a yard or any property to have my own chickens, it's just kind of nice that I know my chickens. Another important component of the walkability issue is exercise, moving my body, making sure that I'm not part of the obesity epidemic. Our health span, the number of years that we're actually able to enjoy life and not just be bogged down by chronic illness and medical conditions, is shrinking by the year. And that health span, that's so much more important than your lifespan. You actually want those two to match up so you don't end up with 20 years laying in a nursing home before you die. One thing I absolutely love about Trader Joe's is that it gives me that village feeling. They don't have a lot of turnover in their employees, so I get to know people. Like, I have my 3 favorite checkers that I talk to all the time, and some of them have become my friends in real life. Now, I was hoping to show you guys a rattlesnake today, but I didn't run across one. But you guys, down in our dry riverbed, that's a bighorn sheep that has deceased, and I think he's probably down here because he was looking for water. We have record low rainfall here in Arizona, and that's partly our fault. I have no idea what this beast of a thing is. It's almost like this prickly pear like grew together with the mesquite tree, because it has like mesquite bark on the bottom. I walk past this thing multiple times a day and I'm always just in awe, but then it has like a couple little beautiful buds on it. It's like the ultimate Beauty and the Beast plant. We should all care more about the plants and our planet. I do work almost exclusively from home, so I spend the morning answering comments from you guys, scripting, prepping for podcasts, doing interviews and articles. Because it takes multiple side hustles to pay my bills, I also have a real job, which is working as a windshield sales rep. And I social media manage for some local companies. I'm super selective about my clients. Deeply grateful that you reached out. I know your time is valuable, and I'm grateful for every second that you're giving to me. No, I've never been to New York. I would love to. I can't tell you who I was on the phone with, but that was absolutely amazing. And then after about 4 hours of work, I crack open another book so that I can read about women's lives back in the early 1900s. And then it's time to mom. Once I got the kids dropped off at the pool, I exercised my right to vote in a special election here in Tucson. I've been supporting Ms. Deja Fox. And I was having another moment here because once again, as a former MAGA girly, I am here to vote for a Democrat and a woman and a 25-year-old woman and all this stuff. And I don't know, she's amazing. It's getting to be pretty late in the evening, and I'm picking up dinner from a locally owned small business. I actually have met the owner online a couple times. All natural ingredients, no preservatives, organic meats, and it's amazing, delicious, super budget friendly because they just have this tiny restaurant and they've really scaled stuff down. This is a big change to be picking up dinner because in my trad wife era, this wouldn't have been happening. I could not pick up the bag and film at the same time. It was kind of funny. You might notice my Frida cuff on my left hand there. This is hand beaded by a Guatemalan grandma. When I got back to the apartment, my partner was home doing his laundry. This is my favorite drink. It's organic apple juice with a prickly pear syrup that I buy at our farmer's market. Again, taking care of my body because I want that health span to be as long as possible. This is their Cobb salad from Angie's, and it was so good. A little side of organic tomato soup. After dinner, I took a bath while Kev did the dishes, and I was asleep on the couch within about 30 minutes of filming this video. Overall, it was a very good day. Thanks for joining me.